What's good, y'all? It's your boy Sean P. the Bluff Guy. Ay! And we are back with another reaction stream. And today we will be reacting to another video from Parvision. We reacted to a Mihawk video last week, and he suggested some videos to me. So I was like, I seen one video he suggested. I was like, you know what? That's an interesting, I guess, take, right? It's an interesting take. And it's something about devil seed users, right? Devil seed. What are devil seed users? I personally don't know, but I'm interested in to hear what they are from Parvision, right? The title of this video is Devil Seed. Users that the Straw Hats have seen. Connection theory. So obviously this is about some devil fruit seed users that we've actually come across. Whatever, I still don't know what devil seed users are, but you know, apparently we've came across them already, right? And I think based off of the thumbnail, I've seen Paulie from the Galley company. I forget what the full name is. The Galley Company or something along that line. Yeah, the Galley Law Company. I think that's what it is. Back in this lobby, you know, remember the guy with the ropes? Him. So supposedly he must be a devil seed user, whatever it is, right? So we're going to get to it in a little bit, but first let me start off and say make sure you guys hit that like button, also subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you're looking for a Facebook community or just a One Piece community in general to be a part of, we have the Facebook group and we also have the Discord. So the Discord is going to be the best place for you guys to send me content to react to and just stay updated and keep in touch with me. I'm super active in the Discord. That's probably like the most active place that I'm in outside of YouTube, right? I mean, I do be on Facebook, but that's more personal stuff. But anyway, let me see what you guys saying in the chat. We got Amir Faror. I'm not sure if I said that right. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, Amir. He said, I love this video. Hey, we about to get into it, man. We about to get into it in a little bit. And welcome to the channel as well. We also got Angel in the building. Shout out to Angel. He said hello. What's good, Angel? What is good? You know what? Before I get too deep into it, guys, let me do something real quick. So yeah, today we're talking about devil seed users. You know, I'm not too sure what a devil seed user is, but I find it to be a interesting, I guess, topic to talk about, right? Other. Yeah, I don't see y'all. Sorry, y'all. I'm just I'm looking at something. Trying to do something real quick, but kind of having trouble finding what I'm looking for, y'all. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So devil seed users. I mean, I guess some people have seen this video. Amir at least. You know, Amir seen this video and he said he enjoyed it. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not sure if it's related to devil fruit users. Because if I see something in the world of One Piece talking about devil seed, right? A devil seed user. You know what I'm saying? I would personally believe it is like something related to devil fruits, possibly, right? And I guess my best deduction of what a devil seed user could possibly be, maybe it's kind of related to what we've talked about before, right? Like about hockey, like hockey being used to create devil fruit like abilities, right? So maybe a devil seed is maybe somebody who's been able to or like at a point where they're like creating a devil fruit ability, right? So maybe they're kind of like the beginning, you know, of a devil fruit ability user, right? Without actually consuming a devil fruit, right? Like, you know, you if you follow my channel, you know me and Eliz have talked a lot about devil fruits possibly being like a cheat code of to hockey, right? To everything that hockey could bring a person that masters hockey, like the ability to be able to create other abilities, right? Like we've seen Sanji create fire-like abilities without having the meta no mi. He's still able to create fire-like abilities. We've seen Zoro been able to manifest like a godlike aura in his Ashura form, right? His Ashura form. He's able to somehow manifest the spirit of Ashura and able to also manifest like 2 other heads and 4 other arms and legs and hands and feet, right? So and we've seen him do this multiple times and stay within the form, right? Like it's almost an actual form, actual transformation, you know. So maybe it's something similar to that. Like Zoro almost kind of create this new ability, this new form, you know, with his spirit. Like his spirit is almost able to manifest this form. And we talk a lot about hockey and spirit pretty much being very closely linked. Like hockey is your spirit. It's the strength of your spirit, right? So maybe a devil seed user could be somebody who's been able to unlock devil fruit abilities, right? Or somebody who's blooming devil fruit abilities, possibly. You know, like that's kind of what I'm getting, right? Like, so would that make Zoro and Sanji devil seed users as well? I don't know. You know, I maybe, possibly. Again, I don't know Parvision's definition of what a devil seed user is just yet. So maybe they don't have the full qualities to being the devil seed user. You know, maybe they're there. Maybe they're like there, right? But I don't know what would make Paulie, because I seen Paulie in it was somebody else in the thumbnail. I don't know what would make Paulie more of a devil seed user than Sanji or Zoro if they're pretty much have been able to manifest or start manifesting devil fruit abilities. Angel says, I don't know, probably going to have some correlation, understand hockey. Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of why I brought Eliz and the whole hockey thing up. Good point. Then we got Amir. He says, check out Parvision Elemental Hockey video 2. Yeah, I might not check it out this stream, but that's one of the videos he sent me. So I'm just kind of I'm gonna sit on that one, and I might check that one out as well. I don't know how long it is. You know, like let's say if it's short, maybe we could do it, because this video is kind of short as well. So if it's like if it's short, then let me find it real quick on my Twitter, because he sent it to me on Twitter. So I'm that's not too long. It's not too long. Let's see how long this let's get through this video first, and then we can see if, you know, we'll do a double feature today, because this video is kind of short. So I was kind of thinking and maybe doing the video to fill in some time. But anyway, let's get into the video, y'all. Let's get into the video. I don't want to waste any more time. Again, guys, the link to this video will be in the description box. So you guys make sure you guys show Parvision some love and go like the video, right? And maybe subscribe to his channel.
I haven't put out my Sanji video yet, but I promise the timing of the way I'm putting out the videos is making too much sense right now. For example, my Cursed History video and chapter 1033. It was insane timing that everything lined up perfectly together. The way I view the world is by making connections. So let me connect you to my vision, the Parvision. So let's talk about another power system that's been going under the radar. You're probably like, oh no, not again. Not Parvision making One Piece even more complicated. Nah, it's nothing like that. You've seen it all before. I've talked about some and not all, and it's nothing new, and it all still connects and relates. So the powers that I want to talk about are natural, supernatural powers. Okay, that's not the name for the powers, but basically powers in One Piece that are naturally acquired that demonstrate supernatural aspects. So powered non-devil fruit users that aren't using traditional haki. All right, I'm going to leave.
Okay, so that's kind of like what we've been talking about, right? Like as far as Jinbei, because I see Jinbei in the corner, and it's kind of like, it's like I think Jinbei's, because Jinbei's like Fishman karate is a martial art, right? So, but it still does kind of hold abilities like, um, kind of like what's that martial arts that CP9 uses? Rokushiki, right? It's kind of like Rokushiki, right? And I definitely do believe that a lot of these martial arts like Fishman karate and Rokushiki are branches of hockey, most definitely, right? So I guess they could also be considered abilities, you know, even though their abilities kind of gain from learning a discipline versus somebody like Zoro and Sanji who's kind of been able to manifest these abilities. I mean, even though they do kind of manifest it through the discipline of fighting because they're like fighters, so they do. You could kind of say they manifest it as well, right? So I mean, I guess like Fishman karate could be looked at as a natural or like a natural power or ability one can gain, you know. Angel said, I'm going to be cooking, so might not be active in chat, but I'll still be listening. Hey, man, that's cool. You good, you good. And then we got Parvision. He said, some, I don't even know how to say that. Somebody, Kikan. Then we got 3-day trip. Talking about, think devil fruits are manifest of personal abilities that's been mastered. I think I kind of have my own little speculation. I believe devil fruits come from like the as far as like the where devil fruits are, like I'm kind of on board with Parvision, right? Like there's natural born or not natural born, but there are devil fruit abilities that, or there's abilities that people gain, right? Maybe through Fishman karate, Rokushiki, or just like, you know, they're able to develop it over time, right? So I think the origins of devil fruits, like actual devil fruits, come from I don't know why my phone keep going now. I think it comes from like possibly the Void Century, or no, the people from the Ancient Kingdom, right? Like I think they were able to manifest certain abilities and create powers, right? They were able to create powers, and then maybe when they died, maybe the world government turned their bodies into devil fruits, or maybe they learned of some method that can turn people into devil fruits, right? So, but I think the devil fruits used to be people from the ancient kingdom, possibly, right? Because I think one clue is Nika, right? Like the Hito Hito Mi version Nika. I think that's one clue because Nika seems like Nika was an actual person that existed at one point in history, based off of Who's story, right? Based off of Who's story about this hero named Nika that freed slaves. Nika seemed like Nika actually existed at one point. And now we also see that there's also a devil fruit based off of Nika. So how did Nika exist and how is there a devil fruit Nika, right? Like maybe Nika was turned into a devil fruit. Possibly, you know. Like maybe there's another ability that turned people into devil fruits. I don't know. I mean, I think it's so many it's so many possibilities. And we got Rabbit Head 14 in the building. Shout out to Rabbit Head. And we also got Eliz, man. You know, Hey, Elin shows up at the right time, right? He says the name is very clever. Seed users' spirit goes into the ground, underworld, and become devil fruits. Yeah, yeah, I like that name. That's kind of why I chose the. That's why I chose this video to react to, because I I thought the take of a devil seed, like that, the name devil seed, it just intrigued me, right? Because it's such a great name. It's such a great name that fits, right? It fits the idea of characters who can create abilities like devil fruit like abilities without having devil fruits, you know. 3 days says their soul maybe. You mean their souls are within the devil fruit? That's what I think. I think the souls of the ancient kingdom people are pretty much within these devil fruits. You know what I'm saying? What would be dope though, if come to find out whatever devil fruit Green Bull has, maybe that is what was able to create devil fruits. And I don't know. But then you say, how do you create devil fruits with the devil fruits when devil fruits weren't even created yet? You know, it's kind of like the whole what came first, the chicken or the egg argument that people use. I don't know why my phone keep going off. Parvision says, yeah, it has to be that Nika had to exist first. Yeah, yeah. To me, Nika, the existence of the Nika devil fruit and the existence of the character Nika, to me that just it convinces me more that devil fruits came from actual living beings. You know, it convinces me more. Adam says, I gotta binge Parvision's channel tonight. He's the first I've heard saying the fruit people stuff. I mean, Elids has said it before. I don't know if I say. Parvision says, yeah, I'm gonna make an update to this video very soon. Reverie has me changing up my schedule now. But after Reverie, I'm gonna go ham on the power theories. Hey, most definitely, man. It's always good to like when you get new information, to go back and like update old information, right? To go back and maybe revise some previous theories that you might have created and make them better, right? Like that's pretty much what I help Elids with. You know, like we pretty much both went back and reviewed a lot of his or reacted to a lot of his old hockey theories, and he's pretty much revising some of those theories, some of those concepts that he had. So, yeah. And then he says, yo, the dude, you're gonna love my green bull theory. It's short. Oh, is this something about him creating devil fruits, or that devil fruit creating other devil fruits? Hey, you know, like, I don't know. Adam says Ika also means marriage in many old languages. I think Nika could be what started the unnatural devil fruit process, the start of it. Okay. And he said, I shared your one on Twitter the other day. I just been so busy to watch them all. Yeah, I never knew about that whole Ika meaning marriage. So maybe Nika has something to do with some marriage. Like maybe him and Eam, like let's say if Eam was a woman indeed, you know, maybe Nika and Eam were married at one point. I don't know. 3-day trip says maybe soul goes into the tree to grow as fruit. That's why Shandora would ring the bell to guide the ancient ancestor souls to those trees. Oh, that's hey. So maybe them trees that they were growing in Jaya back in the day, maybe those were like maybe they were copying the process of the devil fruit trees, like Adam and Eve potentially, right? Like maybe maybe they were trying to replicate that process. Hey, I like it. I like it. And then Adam says, Bluff God, I meant that Zoro being a Moss person won. Oh, I'm not sure what the Zoro thing. Zoro being a Moss person. Why? Because they named me Moss Head. I don't think I think he might be looking too deep into things. But hey, it could be something to it. I don't know. Let's continue though. Let's continue this video.
Leave the name of this one to you guys, also so that we can categorize these people. Leave suggestions in the comments or the Discord so I can use that for the title and thumbnail. So the first character I want to talk about is Django. I already brought him up a few times. He was the hypnotist guy from Usopp's Syrup Village arc. This guy was able to put Luffy to sleep with his hypnotism and then convince his crew to get super strong somehow. He got his power from a mushroom that grew on his face and he ate the mushroom head. The remaining stem is what was left on his face that I thought was some kind of like chin accessory type thing. So yeah, this power is interesting and weird.
That's a that whole time it wasn't a beard, it was a mushroom this whole time. Dang man, I never caught that. I never actually caught that about Django. I remember Django, you know, I remember Django, like the whole Michael Jackson his whole Michael Jackson gimmick. But yeah, I thought that was his beard, and I didn't know that was like an ability, right? Like it does make sense though. You know, I guess I never really looked at it as ability. I just kind of looked at him as a good hypnotist, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But he's super good at it though. He's super good at hypnosis. He could hypnotize almost anybody from what we've seen, including himself. So, but I guess that could be looked at as an ability, right? I guess that could be looked at as an ability.
Weird and feels very Oda styled. The main reason I think that this power is relevant later on or relates to future powers is because he is still shown in the story, even at Reverie. He was at Marineford also. We see him more than I ever really expected to. But there's not much else to say about this power alone. The next one is more interesting because it may be related to something in Wano, but I won't talk about spoilers if you're not caught up. The next person is Miss Golden Week, and she has a painting power. It's really interesting because this power plays on emotions. So basically, Miss Golden Week paints this image on you or on something, and based on the color of the image, it evokes a specific emotion or action out of the viewer. It's interesting because Oda explains it like this in the SBS. Miss Golden Week's powers are not derived from a devil fruit, but from the...
Bruh, I thought she was a devil fruit user. Yeah, I did not know that she was a devil fruit user. Yeah, like Django, like I didn't think he was a devil fruit user, but like her, I thought she was a devil fruit user. And, hey, I love this scene though. I love this scene with Zoro where he was getting solidified in the in the wax, Mr. 3's wax, and he was like, "Let me do my pose," like he. Bro, ain't that the same pose that Zoro I guess they just recently have a statue in Japan, like they built like a bunch of bronze statues around Japan, like for all the Strawhats, and that pose is pretty much the pose they got Zoro for those statues. 3-day trip, said Lamo. He's like, what? Yeah, I thought, yeah, I didn't know he had an ability. Then we have Aton. He says the madness has begun. I see. Yeah, shout out to Aton. It has begun. We are in the midst of the madness. This is the the One Piece multiverse of madness. Adam says that's what I meant by the fruit people. I haven't heard anyone else say that. Oh, you mean Zoro being a fruit person, being the moss head. I get what you mean now. And then Parvision said, yeah, it's this pose, the legendary pose, bruh, that's a classic pose, man. Like, hey, like if I could die and be turned into a statue, I'm gonna do that pose as well, man. I'm gonna do that pose as well. Rabbit Head says, yes, sir. And Elis says she uses colors. There's a good reason I put great emphasis on the colors of hockey in my video. Facts. Eliz, you definitely do talk a lot about like emotion and colors and all these things. And it is wild that she doesn't have a devil fruit, but her powers are um derived from color and emotion. You know, good point. Let's continue.
The power of suggestion. So power of suggestion is kind of similar to a hypnotist, just clarifying here. The wiki translated this as she's kind of like a hypnotist. Colors can already affect humans subconsciously, such as exciting or calming us down. So she's a painter who can further enhance these effects. So basically she puts this symbol on you or in your vision or touching you, and you are then affected by it. Black is called black of betrayal. This color made Luffy betray his friends and do the opposite of what they asked. Yellow of laughter causes the target to laugh uncontrollably. Red of bullfighting causes the target to direct all of their attacks towards a red painted mark. Blue of sadness makes the target sad. Green of soothing causes the target to become calm, and Luffy ended up sitting down and having a picnic. And what's even crazier, I don't know how many people realize this, but Oda had a whole Baroque Works miniseries on chapter titles for 44 chapters. So in chapter 363, Miss Goldenweek made a yellow-green combo symbol of friendship on this pterodactyl, and it made the target become her friend. Then there was another example.
Bruh. Yo, why don't we talk more about Miss Goldenweek? God dang, like she is goddamn OP. If you look at, she's kind of like, it's kind of like Perona's ability, right? Where except it's even more versatile. You know, I mean, despite she has to actually paint stuff, right? Where at least Perona, she could get you a lot easier. Like it's her ghost, so you can't really stop her ghost from just like phasing through you and affecting you. Versus her, she actually has to paint stuff. But still, that's a super OP ability. That's bruh. Yeah, she definitely got some level of hockey or like that's definitely some hockey related stuff. That's definitely related to hockey, but she's too OP for Oda. Like I want to see her back in the series because she got an ability I feel as though could come in handy sometime. Like it could be used for something bigger later down the line, I believe. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I don't know how it could be used, but I think it could be used for some big deal, you know. 3-day trip says Blackbeard color of betrayal. Yeah, that's true. You know, he is a traitor. He is a traitor as well. Sir Blackbeard is definitely a traitor. You know, and it's wild that black is the color of betrayal on here. Adam says Elson does. He has got a lot on him in the Discord. What you mean, Elson? I'm confused what you're talking about, Adam. But let's continue.
Example on chapter 404, which was called the Rainbow of Dreams. It allowed the target to realize or see their dreams. This power is such an interesting concept. Apparently through colors, without a devil fruit, she is able to make people attack certain things, go against their own wills. In a lot of ways, this power seems to connect back to observation hockey related theme powers and also conquers.
Bro, it's kind of like her ability. This ability is kind of like, I feel as though like you could solve like all the powers, all like the problems in the world. Like if you just like change how everybody feel, you could like if she could do it on like, let's say a universe. Like, I don't know the scale of her ability. You know, like based on this shot right here, where we got this little cover page, it looked like her ability is able to affect a whole kingdom at least, or like at least an island, right? Like at least that looked like a marine island, you know. So it looked like it's at least able to affect that whole island. So if she can do it, like if she can go from island to island and affect like a whole country and like make them all like have like positive emotions, and she does that, and I don't know how long her like the effect of her ability works. So maybe it wouldn't work long enough to be actually effective. But if she could do it on like a planetary scale, bruh, she could probably create world peace. I'm just saying. She could probably create world peace. She could stop wars. She could change the views on countries, and man, like she got an OP ability, and it's not even a devil fruit. That's wild. Adam says, I mean, who painted the red line red? I don't know if she has anything to do with the red line, but Parvision said Miss Golden Week was literally an MC. All for like the cover story. She was the main character in the cover story. Makes sense. It makes sense. And then Ela says, put together colors of rainbow, 7 chakras, and it can awaken and enlighten power. Facts. Yeah, I can see. I think we talked about that. Amir says, reminds me of Fujitora. Oh, how she's like waving that thing in the air. Is that what you mean? And Parvision said, read the Baroque Works cover story. She saw her captain captured. She gathered a crew and solo dolo broke everyone free from government capture. That's cool. She is a favorite character, bro. She's OP, man. Like I guess like going back to that arc, right? I never realized, I never really actually just sat there and thought about how OP she could be, right? But just kind of going off of just the panels that you shared, bruh, she looked OP. She looked OP as hell. And then 3-day trip says, yeah, Fujitora saw people's emotion and oh, I get what you're saying. How he's able to see people's. I get what you're saying about Fujitora. Yeah, that with his observation hockey, he's able to sense emotions, and I think that's something that Luffy always had as well, right? Like Luffy has always been good at understanding how people feel and telling them or doing the right thing to people, like to wake them up, like he usually say the right thing or do the right thing at any moment. Like when he punched Vivi, right? Like she needed it. It worked, right? Like when Vivi was talking about how she was trying to save everybody and she didn't want nobody to get hurt, and then Luffy punched her. It was like, look, man, this is battle. People are gonna get hurt. You can't be afraid to lose people. It's just part of war, right? Ela said, I'm going to give flowers to the theorists I know of that have been having these hockey devil fruit theories in my mega theory. Shout outs to Parvision, Best Gen, Joy Boy, etc. Yeah, man. Shout out to those guys. Let's continue though.
Is able to affect other wills and emotions, it's so interesting. It's also kind of similar to Django's power, as even Oda said, it works off of power of suggestion. This power kind of relates to Perona's negative power, as both powers have a connected ability in being able to make people sad. Red of bullfighting kind of reminded me of the Mark fruit, in that she was able to mark a target and direct something towards her mark. The yellow-green combo symbol of friendship is Luffy's innate power that we see time and time again, but even Mihawk specifically noting this during the Paramount War. Then an interesting connection is the yellow of laughter. Imagine if Laugh-Tale was just all yellow. Nah, probably not, but it's an interesting idea. But so...
something? Like, I didn't even peep that either, right? Like, it says, I guess the yellow-green of friendship. So I guess she can combine two different colors and gain like different, like other different. Like, so I'm like, I guess what I'm saying is each color has like an emotion, right? Like each color has its separate ability with what it does. So now when you kind of combine two different colors, you could almost create like a whole new ability or effect, right? So that's dope as well, right there. Like, I never really actually like paid attention to her ability, but I'm gonna have to read the her little cover story because I actually never caught that. And Ela said, "Yeah, I think that is the color of their hearts that can be seen with observation. Yeah, like Fujitaro. Yeah, I agree. Then 3-day trip says when Luffy trained with Rayleigh and said he thought he felt him smiling when he was blindfolded. Yeah, and I've always said that Luffy is definitely in tune with people, right? Like he said like Rayleigh asked him a question and said like, hey, what are you going to do when you encounter someone who can see into the future, right? And Luffy pretty much said it depends, you know, it depends what kind of person they are, you know. So Rayleigh's asking along the line like, hey, like, what are you gonna come up with? Like, what are you gonna actually do in fighting them to counter their ability to see into the future? Luffy's looking at it from like, hey, it just depends on the type of person they are, you know. So Luffy is definitely in tune with people and their emotions, which is it's not something you would actually look at Luffy and see him for, you know. But it's definitely a unique trait about Luffy that you know, he seems like an idiot, but the man's a genius in some ways. Like the man's a genius fighter. He's a genius at being able to understand people from a very basic level. You know what I'm saying? He understands people in ways that other people don't understand people. You know. Elis says yellow equals solar plexus, which is right there where your heart is. Where your heart is. And then he says Luffy equals sun god. Facts. And look, like, and it's funny you said that because he got a yellow mark on his back. So, you know, it's wild. What if Mrs. Golden Week turned Luffy into the sun god for, yeah. I'm just creating some wild ass speculation. Let's continue.
Those two powers are really interesting and I think important, but not sure how they connect back. But based on things we've discussed in the Usopp and observation hockey videos, I think there's a common thread here, and I'll talk about it again at the end. But also, this power kind of relates to a possible connection in Wano with Bao Huang. If you want to, watch that video to understand my current rationale of that power. Now going on to the next two powers, and I'm only grouping these two because I think both of these non-devil fruit powers are powers that are examples of people who become so attuned to an object or material that they learned how to command it. So that won't really make sense without watching my video about how devil fruits are kind of like hacks for peak hockey ability.
Damn, Parvision. I already know. I feel as though I already know where you're going with this, man. Because, like I said, this is something me and Elis talked about, right? Where you can develop abilities, like depending on the frequency that you kind of vibe on, right? You vibe on. Take Zoro for example. Like we're looking at Zoro right now. Zoro is a swordsman. You know, he's very in tune with his swords. He's very delicate on how he takes care of them. You know, he's always training with them. He's always training in general. So he's very big into his discipline, which that's another frequency he's on. So he's able to he's able to almost manifest abilities with his swords, for example. Another character, right? Sanji, for example. Sanji, we know he loves women. He is like a mega simp. He loves women. But you ever wonder how he's able to sense when a woman's in trouble, when she's like in danger, or it seems like she's in danger. Like when Sanji in Wano, he heard that woman, it sounded like she was in danger, even though it was a trap. But he was able to hear her from like far as hell, right? Or when I want to say Hiyori, when Hiyori was in trouble back in the Flower Capital, when the Toby Roppo was there and Page One was there causing havoc and everything, and Hiyori was in trouble, and he was able to sense that she was in trouble, and then Zoro pretty much came and made the save. Like Sanji's very in tune. Like he loves like women so much. Like he just, you know, his heart is so in tune with women that he could sense when they're in trouble. You know, so yeah, you know, I feel like that's where you're going with it. It's like when someone's in tune with something, they could develop kind of a observation hockey that, or like their hockey is, it matches with that frequency of whatever they're in tune with, I guess, if that makes sense, you know. Adam says guardian angels. Let's continue.
Abilities, and then also kind of how hockey can allow for natural manipulation, even matter manipulation. The example I used was that basically using semi-kick-on as a basis for the power. If someone spends
and another example, another example. Usopp, right? Usopp was able to awaken his hockey. You know, he was able to awaken his hockey by like we know Usopp is a sniper, so his observation hockey was in tune with the same frequency of what he does, and that is being a sniper. But let's continue.
Enough time learning their own body, they can manipulate it in versatile ways, as in they were able to turn into paper or even stretch and grow. Taking it a step further, if you were to think of a sage type character who masters semi-kick-on and spends all their life in an ice climate, for example, they'd be able to also learn the energy of ice. Not too different in how swordsmen like Zoro are able to hear and feel the breath of all things, and then is able to cut it by being able to pinpoint the energy type of that object. So a sage with semi-kick-on, after spending a majority of their life with ice, would then be able to transform their bodies into ice energy because of their familiarity with both their body and that substance. The catch-22 here is that most people don't live long enough to achieve either one, so we most likely won't see this power that commonly. The only people that can make sense would be like Dr. Kureha or like Garp's generation, or the most obvious answer, the giants, who have triple the lifespans of humans. They would have plenty of time to learn semi-kick-on and learn an element or material to command. But what we might see is one or the other. But we've already seen semi-kick-on, and I already talked about a person who demonstrates both, although with
that's what you meant, semi-kick-on. I seen you comment that, and I was confused at what you meant, semi-kick-on. Like life return, right? Like that's pretty much what that's what I think. Because I know that's what, what's the name, Kumadari was using to control his hair. It was life return. It was like life return. And I think Elids, speculated, or y'all know how Luffy is able to kind of manipulate his arm in Gear 4. He's like able to move it around, like that also being kind of a form of life return, or I'm assuming that's what semi-kick-on is life return. Am I right, Parvision? Is that what you're talking about, life return, when you say semi-kick-on? Parvision said, it's crazy because you hear one thing and then you actually see my other future past videos. All my vids connect and you see it. Yeah, man. Like, bro, I'll talk about like a lot of stuff that you're talking about, man. I'll talk about it a lot. Like I talk about it too. Like me and Eliz, we've talked about it. We've had many conversations about it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, and that's wild because a lot of your concepts, like you say them a little differently than like Eliz, but it's still very related. You know, like you say a lot of the same. Like y'all say a lot of the same things. So, but I think like I like that though, because it kind of shows that you guys are actually on to something valid. If you guys are coming up with the same concepts and y'all not even like discussing with y'all not even discussing these concepts with each other before y'all actually share them, y'all make these YouTube videos, that kind of shows that there's some validity in a lot of what you guys say. You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, shout out to that though. Shout out to that. And Parvision said, yes, it is. And then Ela says, I look forward to your future content, Parvision. And then Parvision said, the next 2 weeks are going to be crazy. Hey, I'm rocking with it though, man. I'm rocking with it. Let's continue.
With hacks, in my opinion, from Devil Fruits. Check out my Devil Fruit hockey video to understand what I mean by that. Then the question is, are there people in One Piece that became so attuned with a substance that they were able to command that substance naturally without a devil fruit? The answer is yes. The first person I want to show you guys is Polly from the Galley La Company in Water 7. He was able to manipulate rope in such a crazy way. Honestly, in a lot of ways, not too differently than how Doflamingo uses his string fruit. The obvious difference is string is a lot sneakier and harder to see. If Polly tried to puppet control people, they would notice immediately, and it wouldn't really work. But Polly was able to instantly knot the rope, grab people, choke them. He can also seemingly just manifest this rope, which I think is just a random plot hole and a side character power rather than an actual indication towards a special power. But so with this ability to will ropes to the extent that he has, Polly might be an example of someone who could be a source of a possible future devil fruit. Like if Polly were to turn into a devil fruit, his fruit would be the rope fruit, and the person who ate it would then be able to manipulate ropes just like Polly does. What the process is to get to that point is still unknown. Would Polly need to get peak hockey to then be able to pass on his skill through sheer willpower?
I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, I will say this, man. Paulie is a great example. I've actually never even considered Paulie, right? Like, I'll be forgetting about Paulie. I don't even think we ever talked about Paulie, but hey, you really drove it home with the Paulie example. Like, right now, you are really driving this point home with the Paulie example. Because Paulie, yeah, I don't think that was ever confirmed to be a devil fruit. Like, I don't think Oda ever said that was, or it was ever stated to be a devil fruit. And it's like he does kind of use it, like if he had like it was using life return, like he was actually able to use it as an extension, because as far as we know, life return only works on like the person's body, you know what I'm saying? Like it's only like Kumadora using his hair, Luffy possibly using his arm, but that doesn't mean that life return can't be extended, right? It can be extended to other objects. And Paulie is so in tune with these ropes, he's able to actually extend his life return abilities through a rope, right? And able to use it kind of like Doflamingo could use strings and everything. And so if Paulie was to die, could his, like, maybe there's like, again, we don't know the exact process. Maybe there is a process. Maybe you need to be buried in a certain location. I don't know, right? Like maybe everybody, like all the devil fruits that we see now, maybe those were grown on like the Adam and Eve tree that we know of. Maybe the Adam and Eve tree grew from like the burial grounds of all the awakened people from the Void Century, right? And it created devil fruits. So maybe Paulie would have to be born, or he'd have to be buried in like under the Adam or Eve tree. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know the process. I'm just trying to give some type of explanation. But Paulie could be the candidate to become a devil fruit, which would make him a devil seed. A devil seed. We go full circle on the title of the video, a devil seed. So he doesn't have a devil fruit now, but if he was to die, he could be like a devil seed. You know, somebody whose soul goes into a fruit, or turns into a fruit, and then is capable of granting other users that ability. You know. So I see why you use Paulie. I think Paulie is a great example. You know, your explanation so far is definitely, you know what I mean, is driving it home. It's driving the theory home for me. 3 Days says it's exciting stuff, can't wait. And then Ela says different path to the same truth. I really enjoy the creative ways other people come up with. Yeah, facts. And then Angel says, gotta go, great stream. Hey, shout out to Angel's Room. Hey, I'll see you in the next stream, or the stream Sunday. Sunday will be my next stream. So I'll see you in that stream. Maybe you could participate in the trivia. And for everybody who's watching this stream now, first, make sure you go like the stream. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And I will be doing a trivia this Sunday. I will be doing another trivia contest. It will be like a Wano trivia. I think I'm gonna do. It's gonna be a Wano trivia. So if you want to be a part of it, make sure you are a part of my Discord, because I will be accepting everybody. Like, all my contestants will be selected from Discord, and I will also be doing the contest through Discord. So make sure you're part of the Discord. The Discord is in the description box. And like the stream. Again, like the stream. Let's continue.
Into the form of a fruit that could easily be passed on to the next user? Oh wow, wait, in the middle of saying that, I just thought of Laughtail again and had this crazy idea that connects to a specific theory that sounded kind of goofy, but now, alright, I'll think about it more before I bring it to a Parvision. So earlier I said that there was two people, which is even crazier because it's not just one example, there's two, for this exact same concept. The person that I want to talk about is Wanze. He was this guy from Enies Lobby's arc. He was a martial artist from CP7. He was able to control noodles at will.
Hey, Parvision, man, how you gonna do that, man? How you gonna swerve me like that? How you gonna swerve me like that? I don't like being swerved like that. No, I'm joking. No, I wasn't expecting Wanzi though. I definitely wasn't. But I see where you're going with it.
Using his secret ramen kung fu, and then he was able to whip it and control it to create punches and needle piercing attacks. It seems that he is so in tune with ramen that he was able to learn how to control it. It's not too different than the other food devil fruits that we've seen on Whole Cake Island, for example. I mean, being able to turn flour into ramen by swallowing it and shooting it out of your nose is pretty skillful. I feel like Wanze would be another example of someone through some unknown means would become a devil fruit that would pass on his weird version of his power. And it's not like some other devil fruits don't have weird quirks like this. Also, Wanze already has devil fruit mark.
Yeah, like, and when you think about it, right? When you think about like the reason why I want to stop and I want to talk about Wanze for a second, because Wanze has like this ability to kind of manipulate noodles, right? It's not a devil fruit ability, but it's a ability to manipulate noodles. When we think of Katakuri, right? When we think about his devil fruit is mochi. Mochi's not like something natural. It's not something that you can find in nature. It's not like some natural force like gravity or magnetism, right? It's not like it's not like snow or mud. You know, like mochi is something that you create. It's like something that's made from humans. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like noodles in a way. It's something that you cook, you make, right? So where did mochi naturally come from to become a devil fruit, right? Like, it's just a weird devil fruit because it's not like from nature, you know, like every other devil fruit, or most devil fruits, I don't want to say every, because there's some other devil fruits you could add to in this conversation as well. But when you look at like Logias, right, they're all elements that are in nature. They're like ice, you know. Ice is something that's natural. It's, you know, it's frozen water, right? When you look at light is light, you know. It comes from the sun. It's comes from a source. Magma comes from the ground and all that. These are things that actually exist naturally, right? Fujitaro's devil fruit, gravity. You know, it's so many other devil fruits that you can find. You know, like the abilities come from something you find in nature. You know, like even Kuma has the paw fruit. Paws are part of animals. Animals exist. And then you have zones, right? Zones come from animals as well. You know, comes from nature. But where does mochi come from? It's something that's created. It has to be created through a process from humans, right? So it would make me think that maybe there was somebody like Wanzi in the past, and maybe the Void Century, who might have been a chef and used mochi a lot, maybe they were able to manipulate mochi like Wanzi is able to manipulate noodles, and it, you know, when they died, they became a devil fruit. You know what I'm saying? And it became a mochi devil fruit because that's what the person was in tune with. You know, like things like zone devil fruits and Logia devil fruits. It makes sense that they could naturally exist, like the actual devil fruit could naturally exist. But like a mochi devil fruit, that seemed like something that would have had to come from somebody who was in tune with mochi, if that makes sense, you know. And then Rabbit Head 14 said Wanzi supremacy. Hey, somebody I forgot who it was. I think it was Preach. I think it was Marshall D. Preach or somebody. They wanted me to watch a video. It was like a short video, right? It was about Wanzi being like a D or something. It was like an April Fool's joke though. It was an April Fool's joke. But I didn't even catch it though. Like somebody had told me, "Hey, what day is it?" And I was like, "It's April 1st." Oh, I see why. I like he out here trolling. I thought he was serious too. But Parvision said exactly. Basically, no matter what you love, if you are passionate enough, you can have a superpower. Except the jacket fruit. But have an explanation for it too. You know what? Another devil fruit that it would make sense like that. Mr. One's devil fruit. Mr. One, right? He has a sword devil fruit where he's actually a sword. Now, swords aren't a natural occurrence in nature. So maybe, and it kind of is funny. It's funny because now I'm kind of going back to the video that I watched from you last week about Mihawk, right? Mihawk being a sword. So maybe Mr. One's maybe Mr. One's devil fruit came from somebody who was previously a sword as well. Like the previous, maybe like the whoever was, maybe it could have been like the Mihawk from the Void Century. You know what I'm saying? From the Ancient Kingdom. You know, a guy who was a sword and he died and became a devil fruit, and then he became Mr. One's devil fruit. Now, I do have a little pushback, Parvision. I do have a little bit of a pushback. And that is, if devil fruits can be created from let's say a devil seed person, right? So let's say there was previously a sword person back in the Ancient Kingdom. He became a devil fruit. That devil fruit later became to be known as the devil fruit Mr. One possessed. Now let's say Mihawk is also a sword as well. If he dies and he was to become a devil fruit, could Mr. One's devil fruit and the Mihawk devil fruit, could they both exist at once? Because they both would be sword devil fruits. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say somebody died and they were in tune with fire and they became another Logia fire devil fruit. Would they be able to exist in conjunction with the meta no me that we currently have in today's timeline? That would be the question. You know what I'm saying? Rabbit says, "Hey, Par, I'm passionate about One Piece. Do I have the One Piece devil fruit?" Sure you do, man. Sure you do. Parvision said, "Hi, yeah, that's why Mihawk is a sword more." And then Parvision said, "We all are One Piece scholars. If one of us figures out the One Piece, then we get the Oda fruit." Adam says, Mr. One, I think, was the concept of Dyson, like dividing. Maybe related to buggies. I don't know. I mean, he can dice, but I mean, wouldn't that also relate to Doflamingo? Because he he could dice pretty well. Rabbit says, Par, look like we gotta preserve Oda's soul in the fruit. Facts. 3-day trip. Good question. Parvision said that's where the process of devil fruit creation is important. We are unsure of that. We'll know more when Vegapunk is shown. I mean, when you think about it, right? When you think about it, it's like it was only said that only one person could pretty much eat a devil fruit, right? So only one person could eat the meta no mi. But it's never said that there couldn't be like multiple meta no mi's that different people could eat. It's just you can't eat from I guess you can spin it in a way where you can only eat, or only one person can eat from a singular fruit. But if there's multiple meta no mi's, then maybe like, let's say if there's two meta no mi's, then there could be two meta no mi devil fruits, right? I mean, we already know that there's multiple versions of the same devil fruit. There's multiple, like the Hito no mi, right? The human fruit. There's multiple Hito no mi's. There's just different models of them as well. So who's to say there couldn't be multiple meta no mi's, but just different models? You know, just depending on, they're just, each model is just created from a different user, or different. It has a different originator, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Parvision says, right now we do know that Kitetsu has a swordsmith school that can plan curses on swords. He does? I didn't know that. I gotta read that again. I didn't know that. I didn't know you could place curses on swords. They say, I think swords and devil fruits are actually separation. I kind of think they're similar. Like, you know what I think is another example of what you're saying, but in a different way? I think the Clobberton man, right? Like, never mind. That's not really putting, as far as, I kind of forgot where I was going, but that's kind of a different discussion. That's kind of a different discussion where I was about to go. I think it's a little unrelated of what you're talking about here in the video. But yeah, I think devil fruits are similar to swords, because I think like, swords have kind of souls in them, but I believe swords have souls in them because I think that is something that has to do with the swordsmith, right? Like when the swordsmith creates a sword, I think while they're creating a sword, kind of like what you said, when you're in tune with something, when you're like in tune with something, you can manifest abilities, I guess. Like you can manipulate, like Paulie's in tune with those ropes, so he's able to almost give them life, and like they're part of an ability, right? So when I'm a swordsmith and I'm in tune with swords, kind of like a swordsman, but except I'm the one making them. When I'm in tune with creating swords, I believe that a lot of the swordsmith, they put their soul into making that sword. They put like their haki, their spirit into creating these swords. And then after and that's what gives it that curse. Like that's what I believe gives the swords a curse, is when the swordsmith it's like swordsmith, I believe, have haki as well. They have conqueror's haki, they have armament, they have observation. I believe they're imprinting through armament haki their conqueror's haki. Like they're projecting their conqueror's haki into the sword while they create it. And that's what gives the sword a will, right? And the swordsman, on the other hand, kind of awakens that will as well. And the swordsman's their goal or their job when it comes to swords is to blacken the sword, and that's when hockey comes into blackening the sword. So I think the swordsmith, it's the responsibility of the swordsmith to create or to create cursed swords or name swords, and then it's the job of the swordsman to blacken swords. As far as devil fruits, you know, it's kind of similar because whoever created the fruit is imprinting the soul into the fruit. You know what I'm saying? Same with like a ship, right? The ships. When we talk of ships, and we talk of the Mary, right? Going Mary back pre-time skip, you know, before we got the Sunny, right? We know that the Strawhats love that ship. They try to take care of it as best as they can, even though they were kind of neglecting it, but they still try to take care of it, especially Usopp. And in taking care of that ship, it was able to manifest a soul, a spirit, which was the Clapperton men, you know. Man, I got caught back. Adam says he was literally called the Dice fruit in the Viz. Okay, all right, I guess he was Dice man. Parvision said this is true. We have an example of this: the kilo fruit and the pound fruit. They are literally the same thing. Yeah, I was like, bro, it's literally the same devil fruit. It's just one is in kilograms and one is in pounds, but I mean, it's still not different. It still has to do with increasing your mass and your weight, right? And another devil fruit that are two devil fruits that are very similar, but I think one's just non-canon, right? Like if you guys watch the anime and you go back to the I forget what the guy's name is. He's like Don something. Don. He's like a bounty hunter. He has like a family of bounty hunters, and his ability is to heat up, right? He heats up. But Oven also did the same thing as him, if I remember correctly, right? So it's kind of similar, but he's non-canon, so I guess it doesn't count. I guess it doesn't count. Parvision says there are superior and inferior fruits as well. Facts. Yeah, and it's possible the human model, Ryuma, Mihawk, Zoro, it just depends on the devil fruit process. Yeah, I agree with that. The curse sword thing, I have a video on that in the Amatsuki vid. That's the video I was telling you about. The Amatsuki video. You was telling me to watch the Amatsuki video, and I forgot the name. I forgot the name Amatsuki, and that's what I was trying to tell you when we was talking yesterday. The Amatsuki. That's the video I was trying to react to though. That's the video. Yeah. So it's the Amatsuki video that I have to find. And Adam says I really like that Parvision. Hey, I'm gonna try to finish. I'm gonna try to finish this video, and then we're gonna get back in the chat because we still got about a minute left. We still got like a minute left. So let's wrap this video up, and then we could chat some more. Let's continue.
Markings on him. The overall point of this video was to highlight some obscure powers present in One Piece that could be indicators for various angles in my natural power theories. It is definitely possible for some crazy powers to be obtained without a devil fruit. It just takes time and devotion and definitely forms of willpower. That being said, I'm sure there are other characters that have weird, crazy powers that aren't tied to a devil fruit. Madame Charlie is another example, being that she is able to see into the future with her crystal ball. It seems like if you were to connect Madame Charlie's future sight power and Django and Miss Golden Week's forms of power of suggestion, it seems like the common theme connects back to the observation hockey theme power.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think Madame Shirley, I think she just has like a ridiculous level of future sight, right? And it's it was probably like one of the things that's just natural for her. Like she probably didn't train it like Katakuri or anything. Because again, I think some people are just like I believe some people are more like adapted to certain abilities, right? They just like her. I think she just naturally has future sight hockey. She like most people would have to train it, but she just naturally have it. And I think there's other characters who have natural like abilities that they didn't necessarily have to train. It was just kind of maybe a genetic thing. Maybe it's a family type genetic like maybe it's just they're just an anomaly, right? Like that could be Madam Shirley. It's a genetic thing for her, but it's more of an anomaly. But then there's somebody like Mihawk. When I talk about him having them eyes, possibly having some special observation, I think that could potentially be a genetic thing, right? It could be like a family, a bloodline trait. Maybe him and Eam are related as well. Maybe they share the same bloodline. Somebody said it could be like a royal bloodline. Maybe Mihawk comes from a royal family. You know, he does live in a castle, right? Maybe that's a family castle. Unless it was like abandoned and he moved there. Like maybe it was explained. I don't remember. But those eyes, that the eye that he has, I believe could be a genetic thing, and I do believe that his eyes grant him some type of ability, possibly observation hockey related, right? Or Conqueror's hockey related. You know, like Elid's also he made the argument saying that it's probably closer related to Conqueror's hockey than it is observation. You know what I'm saying? And if it is more Conqueror's hockey related, and if you look at Mihawk and the potential of him being royalty, you know, because look at Eam, right? Eam has those eyes as well. Eam has those eyes, and Eam is the king of the world, pretty much, or the queen of the world, whichever you want to consider. Eam is the king or queen of the world, and Eam has those eyes, right? So maybe, you know, and a lot of people even say like they talk about Eam possibly being able to control Hakuba, or like what's the name? Yeah, Hakuba and Cavendish through Hakuba. Like, cause remember there was a scene where it was like Cavendish was half Cavendish and half Hakuba, and he had those eyes. And maybe somebody made the argument maybe Eam was struggling for control of hockey, like of Cavendish's body, and that's why it was half, right? So maybe those eyes give you some type of like you could impose your will on people, right? Like you could control them, like, and that could be an explanation of why when when Luffy encountered Mihawk in Marineford, and Luffy was about to attack Mihawk, but before Luffy could attack, he had like a vision of his arms getting chopped off. Like he had future sight he had like momentary future sight, and this was way before hockey was even really a thing, and this was before future sight hockey was a thing. So maybe that wasn't so much Luffy's doing. Maybe Mihawk was implanting that within Luffy. Because again, I said those eyes could have some type of subjugation type ability where like Eam subjugates Cavendish and makes him do his bidding. Maybe Mihawk subjugated Luffy and made him see into the future. Like he didn't subjugate him to take full control of him, but just kind of was like, look, I'm gonna take over your body and give you future sight for a brief second. Something along that line, right? But yeah, let's continue.
Powers that I highlighted in my previous video. But anyways, if you guys know of other characters with non-devil fruit powers, let me know. I want to make sure I take them into consideration for future power videos. It's a lot more fun connecting the dots when you have all the dots present. That being said, if you guys enjoy my video and want to support me, join as a Patreon or consider getting some of my merch. Thank you for connecting with me, and see you guys on the next Parvisions.
All right, man. Shout out to Parvisions, man. Make sure I give them a like. And yeah. All right, hold on. Let me change the cam. All right. Let me see what you guys are talking about. Last thing I was at Adam, I think. All right, so Parvision said clarification: swords and devil fruits are similar, but they were separate creations. Like the Katetsu school might have made cursed swords to combat cursed fruits. Oh, I get it. That makes sense. So maybe like devil fruits came about, and then that's when they was like, we gotta create some type of counter for devil fruits. So they was creating like cursed swords. I kind of like that idea. And he says that kind of idea. Oh wow, wait. What if Pluton is the sword? You mean that Onigashima? Oh, hey, you saying some dangerous things right there, Parvision. You saying some dangerous things. No, I'm playing. Yeah, that would be. Who would be able to wield that thing? A giant. Yeah, it would definitely take a giant. Luffy, right? Luffy can possibly become a giant, and if he is able to wield that sword as a giant, he could probably destroy the Red Line with with that sword, possibly. I don't know. I'm just going along with the theory. Pars on different accounts says, "LOL, my computer's lagging because I'm editing up." I get it. Gotta edit, man. You gotta get that working, though. Then we got Remid Lakay. I hope I'm saying that right. He says genius. Shout out to Remid. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Then we got 3-Day Trip. He says we theorized in Discord that Onigashima's sword was key to Pluton. Okay, yeah, I wasn't there for that discussion. That's interesting. It was the key. So you're saying it's not necessarily Pluton. It could be the key to Pluton. Okay. That's interesting. That's an interesting speculation. I do believe that sword has to have some purpose, right? I would think. Adam says, I think the sword might be part of it for sure, but only half of it. And then Parvision says, 3-Day, oh damn, my Discord's a gold mine. Adam said, I think maybe a new sword has to be stabbed in and turned like a key. Okay. So yeah, that would definitely make it a key. I just imagine Zoro wielding that sword though, like him putting the big ass sword, try to put in his mouth and actually wielding it. Like that'd be ridiculous. Like who couldn't Zoro beat if he was able to wield that sword? Like I think he's probably beating everybody in the verse. You know, like how you gonna dodge that sword, man? How you gonna dodge a slash from that sword, bro? That's gonna be one big ass slash too. Parvision said, "Hello, I don't even have to be there." Hey man, they be coming up with all types of ideas on mines as well. 3-Day says, "Oops, true to statement before last one." Oh, are you talking Adams? And then Par said, the thumbnail says catfish. Haha, is my second most recent. Yeah, I did see that one. You said, who was it? Like, was it one of the Straw Hats for catfish? Not the Straw Hat. You was saying it was one of the. It was a specific person. You said it was catfishing. Damn! I seen the video. I know what you're talking about. It was like a specific person that's lying or something that you said was a catfish. I can't remember. And then 3 Days says, "LOL, that looked bad." 3 Days says Charlie is like Elsa from Skypiea, born with gift or inherited ability. Yeah, I agree with that. But I think it is a form of observation hockey, right? I do believe it's a form of future sight observation hockey. It's just somehow she was capable. She just naturally awakened it, right? Like, you know, there's probably some people who just have a natural inclination for hockey. Like, they don't have to awaken it. They don't have to train for it. They don't have to do anything for it. They just have it. You know, they're born with certain types of certain awakenings of hockey. You know what I mean? Par says, check the double layered eyes video. Hey man, you got a lot of videos I gotta check out, man. You definitely got a lot of videos I gotta check out. And then you said there's one more character. Is that what you're talking about? One more character with those double layered eyes? You talking about? I think I know you might be talking about. You might be talking about Zunisha, right? Because Zunisha had those eyes, and Zunisha is also subjugated to the Koski clan. So somebody probably had those eyes and subjugated Zunisha, and Zunisha been under Koski control ever since. Adam says, "I'm crazy, LOL. I think the hit opens up with into a Mary Poppins like umbrella, or the hilt, the hilt of that big sword. That what you're talking about? The hilt of the sword opens like a Mary Poppins umbrella. Like the hilt is the handle, and the umbrella opens underground. I don't. Oh, I think I kind of like a key. Like you stick the sword in, then you open it, and then it opens like an umbrella underground, and then it kind of fits in the, like it kind of fits in like a keyhole while it's open, and then you could turn the key. Oh, Par says nope, an entire race. Like there's a race of people that we've seen. Are you talking about like that we've seen that fits that double ring people? Or are you just saying like a speculated race of people that we haven't seen yet? Like maybe Mihawk comes from the races. Where my water at? Man, but yes, like I said, man, I'm gonna have to check those out, man. I'm gonna have to check some more of those videos out. You got a lot of videos I gotta eventually get to, so I'll definitely try to get to some of them. You know, it's gonna be hard to get to every single one of them, but I'll definitely because I want to do that what was it, the Amakoski video. You said it earlier in the stream, and I want to do that video. I want to do that one from you next. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where it is. And then he said yes, yes, nope, confirmed. Okay. So it's a race of people that we with possible double ringed eyes. Yeah, I don't know who that'd be. I definitely I don't know what race that would be. You know, maybe, or unless you're talking about Zunisha's race or something. I don't know. You know, I don't know who you're talking about. So I'm gonna have to check that double ring video out as well. Hold on, y'all. Kind of want to look at. Double ring. I'm trying to find your double ring eye video. And I see you got like another Mihawk video. You know what? Like next time I'm gonna probably do a double feature for you, Parvision. I'm gonna find like 2 10-minute videos. You know, like two videos that you suggested that are around 10 minutes, and we're gonna do like a double feature. We're gonna do a double feature. But yeah, y'all, I think that's all I really got left for this video. Like that's all I got left to talk about this video. I think next time we do a Parvision video, because there's a lot of videos you got that, you know, I want to check out. So I might find like 2 10-minute videos. You know what? Maybe matter of fact, you know what? Let's watch another one right now. Matter of fact, let's watch another one real quick right now. Y'all want to watch another Parvision video? We can do that right now. I think I have another one that I was looking at. Let me know in the chat, man. Put a one in the chat. You want me to find like do another Parvision video?
I think Roger may.
Nah, I didn't mean to click that. I didn't mean to click that. Videos. Okay. That's where I was trying to go. Y'all put a one in the chat if y'all trying to see, if y'all trying to do another reaction video. We could do a double feature today. I'm down to do another double feature. We got Lazos in the building. Par says, I'll send you both the 2 best ones. 100% confirm. And then Lazo says, yo, shout out to Lazos. Welcome to the stream. 3 Day says, all Par videos are great. So yes. Lazo says, what did I miss? We did we just reacted to Devil Seed video. Let's do the I'm trying to think of a video we could do, man. I'm trying to find a video. Since we're talking about devil fruits, right? All right, so okay, I'm gonna let y'all decide. I'm gonna let you guys decide what video we do next, right? From Parvision, what video shall we do next? All right, we can do Is Mihawk Cursed? Because I was actually kind of looking at that one. I was looking at that one, but I was like, I don't want to be like overloading y'all with Mihawk videos, because y'all know I could talk about Mihawk all the time. You know what I'm saying? So we could do another Mihawk. We could do the Mihawk video about his eyes, about the cursed eyes, Or we could piggyback from this devil fruit. We could piggyback from the devil fruit video we just finished, and we can do devil fruits are training wheels for peak hockey. So which one do you guys want to do? Give me a 1 if you want to do Mihawk. A 1 in the chat if you want to do Mihawk. Give me a 2 if you want to expand on devil fruits some more. So 1 if you want to do Mihawk and the eyes and all that. 2 if you want to do devil fruits. If not, I'm going to have to flip a coin or something. I don't know. All right, I see Par saying 1. He want to see Mihawk. Par said, so we got 1 for Mihawk. 1 for Mihawk. You know, if I don't get something in the next... Okay, I'll see another one. So it look like y'all want to do Mihawk, you know. I'm not, you know... I don't want to sit here waiting for 1s and 2s. So I'm getting 1. Okay, Lazos with the 1. All right, so we doing a double feature, and we are going to do Mihawk, I guess. Guess we doing Mihawk today, y'all. All right, so I probably won't stop as much for this, but I don't know. Maybe I will. I don't know. But let's get this going.
Okay, I know I should be putting out the devil fruit theory videos first, but I really wanted to get this one out there. I have a handful of like filler One Piece theories that are just so cool, and I want them to at least get addressed, but who knows with how much time is left in One Piece, if they will even be able to get to it. Anyways, the topic I want to talk about is the double layered eyes. The most notable person to have it, and arguably one of the coolest characters, is Mihawk. I made a video about Zoro in the past, and it touched on monsters, a canon story about Ryuma, and there was an interesting detail that could be hidden info about Mihawk's origin in there. So if you're a Mihawk fan, I would suggest checking that out. But to quickly...
Hey, Parvision, man, you know how to play to my heart, man. you playing to my heart right now. Just give me all these Mihawk videos, man. I can't be mad at that, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate somebody who could appreciate the greatness, which is Mihawk, man. Appreciate the greatness, which is Mihawk. 3 Days said we all love Mihawk. Hey, man. Hey, shout out to y'all then. Lazo says that's very good. Hey, let's get into it though. I don't want to keep stopping for every single thing. Let's go.
We list out the characters who clearly exhibit the double layered eyes. It would be Mihawk, Eam, and Cavendish. I would really like to know more about Mihawk and Eam, but unfortunately we gotta get our info from Cavendish first, since we saw him the most. Interestingly, Cavendish shares a similar attire to Mihawk, it seems, like the same genre of attire. And then it's notable that a lot of the top swordsmen who aren't from Wano have this European-styled attire. Even Eam kind of looks like he's wearing this caped jacket type of thing, but that's reaching since it's a shadow. So moving on. The interesting thing about Cavendish is that...
Nah, I think he is. But you know One Piece characters though, right? Like they always wearing something over their shoulders. You look at all the admirals, they always got their coats over their shoulders. Yeah, it's just like it's like one of them One Piece things, you know. Oda love to have the a coat flowing off of somebody's shoulders like it's a cape. Lazo says it's written for you. Hey, I'm just saying, man. Let's go, though. Let's go.
That normally his eyes look like this, but when his alter ego Hakuba appears, his eyes turn into this. Then, when he fights for control and has both personalities present, his eyes look like this. The double layered eyes that we see in Mihawk and Eam. This feels like a huge clue as to what these eyes really mean. I think these eyes signify a type of possession, like the body is a vessel that is holding at the minimum 2 spirits. Whose spirit Hakuba is to Cavendish, I'm not sure, but it could be a generational possession, meaning Hakuba was an ancestor to Cavendish. Is this the same for Mihawk? For Cavendish, it seems like Hakuba comes out when Cavendish is sleeping. I don't think we've seen Mihawk sleeping, but I got 2, maybe 3 clues telling me that Mihawk is just like Cavendish. The first one is that there was this panel from the manga that was omitted from the anime that is kind of wild. When Mihawk was first introduced by the Bhartiya crew, they mistook him for Red Eye, not Hawkeye. The reason they thought this was that his eyes were red because he drank so much wine, his eyes turned red. Then the fool caught fire and exploded. What? What in the world? This sounds like a huge clue to something else that I'll bring up in a different video. But he got drunk and exploded? That's our only clue to what happens when Mihawk gets incapacitated in some form. Maybe Mihawk is constantly fighting this alternate ego that has control of the 4th Haki I talked about before and spontaneously combusts as if he has a devil fruit. The Mihawk we know most definitely cannot spontaneously.
You know, this could play into your idea that Mihawk is a sword, right? It could, because what if Yoru is possessing Mihawk, and that's why he got the eyes? Maybe, you know, I know, like, the method of him being a sword is different from the way you explained it, right? But it could be like you could still be right, but it could be like him being a sword in a different way. Maybe Yoru like is a cursed sword that like fully possesses the user, you know? So maybe Mihawk wasn't always a swordsman and he just picked up Yoru and Yoru just took possession of his body, and you know, now it is like the spirit of Yoru is living within Mihawk's body, you know what I'm saying? And that's why his eyes are like that, because Mihawk is technically possessed. I mean, I'm just kind of playing off of the idea of the possession idea and Mihawk being a sword idea, you know.
Combust. But also, can that be animated? I feel like that'd be hilarious to watch. Okay, and the second clue that's kind of funny is that Mihawk has 2 kinds of laughs. I don't think any character given a distinct laugh has had 2 laughs. This is a fact I found on the wiki page, but I couldn't track down the coo 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 laugh that was noted. So this one is a little bit more flimsy. Another detail is found in chapter 49. When proposing possible reasons as for why Mihawk would wreck Don Krieg's entire armada, Zeph says this: maybe you interrupted his nap. That can be passed off as no big deal, but if Mihawk was sleeping and his sleeping alternate ego is the merciless monster, then that could explain Mihawk's random attack. The other detail I think that should be considered is that Mihawk is the strongest swordsman. How did he get that strong? Who trained him to get to the level he is? And we don't really know of him fighting other strong characters like Kaido or Big Mom, just Shanks. But if you think of Mihawk's character like a reincarnation character from current trendy mangas, then it could make sense that Mihawk's alter ego trained Mihawk, and maybe he was incredibly strong in a past life, and now given a second life gave Mihawk plenty shortcuts to become the strongest swordsman in the world. The other idea that could make sense is that it could be a power like that from Katekyo Hitman or One for All, where it's a cumulative experience from past lives. There's this concept in One Piece where, whether it's the will of D or Odin physically passing his will on, of intergenerational inheritance of some kind of knowledge or directive. It wouldn't be too far-fetched to think that the strongest swordsman is someone who inherited a will of some sort and is in full control of it, unlike Cavendish. Given the similar swordsman theme and attire, I wonder what would happen if Hakuba met Mihawk. Would he recognize him from their past lives or something? I have more to say on this. I might just throw this out there, but Mihawk spontaneously combusting and him having a past life made me think the sun god or like Lunarian. Maybe the sun god who is pictured with a sword and spear split his soul and half is in Mihawk and the other part is in someone else who is beast with a spear. That's a shot in the dark, but going back to the main topic now. The last person to talk about with these eyes would be Eam. Could Eam be shouldering a past life that is guiding them to make certain decisions? Is that why the Gorosei is so reverent to Eam, because they either are the original person or the reincarnation of the person who held all the power? Or what if Eam holds some sort of possession fruit and is the one taking control of various people acting as surrogates for Eam, while Eam is stuck in the Holy Land? Sure, maybe, but we need some more examples of possessions in One Piece to understand the eye thing more. Are there other people with these eyes? And at first I was like,
bro, that would be wild if like his main avatar is Mihawk. Like he's just using, like if he uses people as avatars, right? And like maybe Cavendish is kind of just his unstable avatar, right? It's like he can control it, but he's not fully stable. I guess, you know, and maybe Mihawk is he's a little more stable with Mihawk. Or I don't know. I don't know how that would work, you know, because Mihawk doesn't seem like he's in under any influence. Like maybe the sword kind of influences Mihawk, but Mihawk is able to keep control of himself or something. I don't know. I don't know how that works. 3-day trip says could cursed swords actually have two wills or souls, and that's why they're considered cursed? Could they? I mean, look, I don't think on average it's possible, but like, look, I say Blackbeard is unique in a sense, right? Like I believe that Blackbeard might be cursed with multiple souls, possibly. I don't know. So if Blackbeard could be, maybe a sword could be, right? I don't know. You know, it maybe, you know how like Cavendish has two personalities. You know, he's like, you know, has two different wills, I guess you can say. Maybe Blackbeard has two different wills, so maybe a sword could, like, maybe it's capable of, but the likelihood of it happening is very low, possibly. So I don't. Is it possible? Maybe. You know, is it likely? I don't know. I don't think so. You know, I mean, and Kozaburo said they're cursed because he said they're like more rebellious, I guess. You know, maybe having two wills living with you, maybe that could make you rebellious, but and based off of how Zoro talks to Enma, he kind of talk to it like it's one person or one being. And I think Zoro is in tuned enough with swords to be able to sense the will within the sword. And it's not like he ever said that Enma had, or even Shishui, because I think Shishui's also cursed. He never said they had multiple wills, so I don't think that's the case. Well, let's continue.
was like, no, but I felt like there was, and I was jolted at the latest chapter because I was reminded that Sulong minks have double layered eyes too, and their Sulong form is pretty similar to Hakuba and Mihawk in that they become overwhelmingly powerful. Without proper restraint, they will go into savage mode like Hakuba, and they also kind of spontaneously combust with lightning rather than flame. On top of that, Jinbei said that when the minks stare into the full moon, they call forth the wild memories that lurk deep within their subconscious. That sounds a lot like my theory of either reincarnation or possession from an ancestor type of situation. All minks are capable of doing this, which is something that really sets them apart and again puts them near the center of another theory genre of mine. This ability to access these memories might be the reason why all minks are able to use Electro, and explains why they would be naturals with the fourth Haki besides them being closer to nature and having animal instincts. But okay, now I'm feeling kind of confident about this double layered eye theory being a legitimate signal towards some sort of possession that Oda is hinting at. Interestingly enough, there's one more person I want to bring into the mix here, and it seems odd, but it makes a lot of sense. That person is Blackbeard. There's a running theory and shroud of mystery around this guy about who he is, where he comes from, is he even human, and accumulated to this theory that Blackbeard has 3 personalities. He has 3 guns and 3 skulls on his flags, but the main crux of this theory is that Blackbeard
Hey, and another thing. I always say this when we talk about Blackbeard. I say this. Blackbeard is also his animal. You know how like most characters in One Piece, they're kind of based off of animals, right? Like they have an animal that they're kind of like influenced from, I guess. You know, like Doflamingo, flamingos, Mihawk, hawks and eagles and stuff, and Boa Hancock, boa, like snakes. Monkey D. Luffy, monkey. Blackbeard's animal is a hippopotamus. You know, there was a cover story, like in like Oda himself said that would be Blackbeard's animal is a hippopotamus. There was also a cover page where I want to say it was a cover page within Wano or maybe Whole Cake Island, possibly. It was fairly recent, right? I want to say it's either Whole Cake Island or Wano, but there's a cover page where you see Blackbeard brushing his teeth with a hippopotamus, right? So that's kind of just another confirmation that Blackbeard's based off of hippopotamus. A hippopotamus. If you could go research this, go look it up. You know, I'm not making this up. Hippopotamuses have three chambered stomachs. So they have like 3 stomachs, pretty much. Three stomachs. Which this used to be, this was a theory that I heard a long time ago as well. But the theory was Blackbeard had a hippopotamus zone devil fruit, right? Where the devil fruit gave him 3 stomachs like a hippopotamus, and he's able to eat 2 more, right? So now I don't know if that's the case, but that's kind of that also at the very least that does play to the idea of Blackbeard's theme of 3s, of him being able to have like 3s, the 3 skulls, the 3 guns, the 3 stomachs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just had to bring that up, but let's continue.
Apparently his entire life has not slept. Then there was this iconic scene in Blackbeard's debut to the Straw Hat crew, where he tells Nami that Luffy won the fight against Bellamy and that people's dreams never end. Afterwards, when Nami wants to ask that guy questions about Skypiea, Luffy and Zoro both responded saying it wasn't just one guy, meaning that Blackbeard is multiple people. Side note, this is probably related to Luffy and Zoro's observation haki. And so people piece together it may be possible that instead of sleeping, another alter ego or personality has taken over, so that he never sleeps. I hinted that his lack of sleep tied to my haki strengthening theory meant that Blackbeard's haki power is probably top tier. I'm sure we've all thought at one point that if we didn't need to sleep, we'd get so much more done. At least I've thought that.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to, like, I am definitely a believer in the Blackbeard having multiple souls or personalities, whichever one you want to say. I'm definitely a believer in that theory, and I will go as far as say I believe that one of the souls that live within Blackbeard could potentially be Rox D. Zebek, which would explain how Blackbeard is so ahead of everybody else and how he knows so much, right? Like yeah, we know he knows a lot about devil fruits because he had a devil fruit booklet, and yeah, he probably studied a lot. Like yeah, that too as well. But I think Zebek is also feeding him information as well. Like I think he's also like telling him secrets, you know, which like secrets that you just can't research, right? Like he's giving them insider information that you can't just like read in the book. So there's that. But let's continue.
That, which is definitely not healthy. Get good sleep, guys. It's important for long-term health. But so to tie Blackbeard to this theory, I think there's 2 ways it could maybe go. One way is that unlike Cavendish and Mihawk, it may be possible that instead of fighting with his alter ego like Cavendish or coming to an agreement like Mihawk, Blackbeard divides up his body to his alter ego, which gets passed back and forth instead of him sleeping. But if we take the incapacitation part into consideration, then maybe Blackbeard is afraid to sleep, so he forces himself to stay awake to never give control to his alter ego. I also want to note that Blackbeard doesn't have the double layered eyes, but it may be because unlike the others, he isn't exactly sharing his body. I think this might be crazy because of a lot of reasons. If you think of it like that, then what would happen if someone were to conquer a haki drop Blackbeard? Would he not fall and instead the alter ego would take over? But the main thing I think this is crazy for, and I think this might be
bro, that would low-key kind of be like a hey, I think you just almost created like a dope ass moment that we could get. Like I think would be dope, right? Like if let's say Blackbeard does have multiple souls, I think like you just gave me an idea. Like I think the dopest way of Oda showing it, right, is have Blackbeard, like when Luffy and Blackbeard meet, or they're fighting, right? They're fighting for a while. Have it to where Luffy is like so confident in his Conqueror's haki at this point where he just believe he could probably just drop Blackbeard with Conqueror's haki. And he does it, and Blackbeard drops, and then he gets right back up, and it's kind of like, what? What's happening? Right? And then that's when we reveal it's just a whole different person other than the personality that we just met. Like the personality that just got knocked out, it's a complete a completely different personality. And then that's when it's revealed that Blackbeard, like let's say Rox wakes up, like Rox takes over, and it's like, yeah, you know, I'm sharing this guy's body, blah blah blah. I think that'd be a dope moment right there. That would be a dope moment. Like maybe Luffy even senses it, right? Like maybe he senses it and he purposely does it to draw out the other personalities. Like he's like, hold on, something's worried about you. And then he does Conqueror's Haki. Blackbeard drops, but gets right back up, and Rox Beck is in charge. I think that'd be a dope moment, personally. You know, I think that'd be a dope way to showcase Blackbeard having multiple personalities, if that is indeed the case. Parvision says, "Yep," and then he said, "And it's the scary Blackbeard that comes through." Exactly. You know, it'll kind of be like, remember, if you guys ever watch Yu Yu Hakusho, you know, like y'all watch Yu Yu Hakusho, and then it was the arc after the Dark Tournament, right? When there's the villain Shishui, right? Shishui. And Shishui has he has like 7 personalities. And I don't think it was revealed to like midway in the fight that he had multiple personalities. Like one of the other personalities woke up, and because I think Shishui was getting beat up, so it was a different personality that woke up, and he was a little more dangerous than the normal personality. But yeah, let's continue.
Be relevant to all the people mentioned above? What would happen if you used Big Mom's soul fruit to take their soul? Would these people have multiple souls inside them? But I think an even more relevant example, and this may explain Blackbeard's recent actions, Gecko Moria's shadow fruit. Why did Blackbeard lure Gecko Moria to Pirate Island and want Gecko to join his crew despite just admitting to killing his crewmate Absalom and stealing his clear fruit? That doesn't seem to be a great way to convince someone to join. But in any case, Moria's
you make another great, bro. You making me have to drop some of my bombs, because I had another theory, right, and it has to do with Gecko Moria, right? Like, okay, so I just pretty much stated that I believe Blackbeard has multiple souls living with him, or personalities, right? What if one of Blackbeard's goals is to bring back Zebek, like physically bring him back, right? And because Oda has always said about a lurking legend, and in the same token, he talked about Wano having this lurking legend. He never really confirmed who that lurking legend was. It could have been Odin, it could have been Zebek, and hey, it could have been Sakiyaki Kosuke at this point, because he was kind of lurking, but I don't think he's the legend that Oda was talking about. I kind of think it could have been Zebek, right? And when he says lurking, when you hear the word lurking, you think of somebody who's around, who's actually still present, but you just aren't aware that they're there, right? So Odin is dead, you know, so unless you want to use Yamato as Odin, I guess you could try to make a point for that. But that leads me to Zebek, right? If he's living in Blackbeard, maybe he wants to get out of Blackbeard's body. And maybe Blackbeard wants it as well. Like maybe it's a plan between them two where Blackbeard's trying to bring back Zebek. How can you bring back Zebek, right? Maybe if, I don't know, Gecko Moria or who is Doctor? I forget the doctor who works for Gecko Moria. But maybe if Blackbeard could somehow get a hold of Zebek's body, possibly, like find his dead body, and maybe it's preserved or something. Maybe he already has it and it's preserved somewhere. And maybe Gecko Moria's purpose is to take Zebek's shadow out of Blackbeard and then put it into Zebek's zombie, right? And then Zebek could technically still come back to life. He could be reincarnated. I'm just Dr. Hogback. Appreciate that, Parvision. Dr. Hogback. Maybe You know, Zebek could come back to life with the help of Mordia, or even Big Mom possibly if Big Mom was down to do it. I think it would be more permanent if Big Mom did it, because I mean, I guess it could work with Blackbeard though, because he wouldn't be shadowless. He would just be short one shadow, right? Because he probably has 3 shadows or 2 shadows. So I'm just saying, I don't think it would kill Blackbeard, because if he has multiple souls, he still has 2 other souls that's keeping him alive. If he ever is in the sun, so yeah. 3-day trip says lurking always makes me think of Caribou. But that depends. Do you think of Caribou as a legend though? I don't think Caribou is really considered a legend, but he could be though. He could be. We might learn more about Caribou being like some legendary pirate that got nerfed or something. I don't know. Let's continue.
Fruit sounds like it would synergize really well with Blackbeard's fruit. Shadows and darkness, there's definitely combo magic there. But the reason that Blackbeard could be seeking Gecko Moria's compliance is because of his possession situation. It may be that Gecko could possibly cut a shadow off of Blackbeard, and that shadow would be inserted into a competent vessel as one of the alternate egos. On top of that, we know that Gecko has the corpses of some of the Rock's pirates.
I love it. I love it. Hey, and he's dropping bombs about the Rock's pirates corpses. Bro, I love it, man. Like you right there. I wasn't sure if that's where you was going. I kind of thought you might have been going there. I wasn't sure though, but you going there, and I love it, because this is the same thing I was just talking about, and that I've already like said, like I stated it before, but hey, it makes sense, man. It makes sense. It's making too much sense right now. It's making too much sense. Let's continue.
So that theory that Zebek is inside Blackbeard might not be too far off, and Zebek is trying to revive his old crew. All of this could explain how Blackbeard has this unheard of knowledge of how to steal devil fruits from Whitebeard and Absalom. Also the knowledge to have multiple devil fruits. Maybe it comes from one of those reincarnated individuals, and they're seeking Moria's power to give them more autonomy with their own bodies. There's also a few others I've noted with these eyes. Caribou being a main person who seems more important in a weird way since he keeps showing up. A really interesting one.
It's funny, 3-day trip, you just mentioned Caribou too, right? Hey, you might be on to something. You might be on to something. I might have to give you that, because you just called it, and now we talking about Caribou with the ring eyes. Yeah, is Caribou the lurking legend? Caribou, we come to find out that Caribou is Mihawk's dad, man, and he taught everything Mihawk knows. I'm telling you. Parvision says, not gonna lie, I forgot where I was going. I needed to rewatch my old vids, so this is perfect while I edit. Hey, glad you're here. Let's continue.
One is Zunisha. Zunisha was shown to have the double-layered eye as well, and the elephant seemed to be possessed by something. Carries the punishment from some unknown grievance, and this forces Zunisha to just continue walking. To me, Zunisha's existence is odd in that it has to be a one-of-a-kind creature. There can't possibly be herds of these massive elephants, and it's so strong and massive, and clearly has memories from a long time ago. In any case, the eyes feel important, and there definitely seems like there's a connection between sleeping or being incapacitated and having alternate egos. Like, I wonder what all of this means for Eam. To have the same eyes, also the only indication besides the shape of the character for Eam was the eyes. It has to be important. Oh wait, also they called Mihawk Red Eyes, but Eam's eyes are actually red, and when Mihawk's eyes turned red from drinking wine, they probably looked like Eam's, and then he spontaneously combusted. Okay. I'm sure I'll revisit this theory in the future. I'll get back on the devil fruit theory now. Oh wait, no, the Earthbender one first. Or Zoro. I know I call this theory a filler theory, but I have some really fun theories that are actual filler theories. I'll put those out soon too.
It's funny, I see that O'Hara video, Mihawk being a warlord without a crew. Hey man, like, bruh, come on now. Like he get Yonko respect, and he don't even have a crew. But let me stop my Mihawk fanboying for a second. All right. Parvision says Caribou has a god fruit. I have 2 vids. All you think he might be forest god, rain god possibly. You know, rain creates mud. So I mean, you got the rain, you got the forest, and you create mud. You know, he's 2 gods in one, man. Caribou. I feel as though Caribou definitely has a big purpose in this series because he's just been around, right? Like he's just been sticking around and kind of following the Straw Hats, and it's not even really explained. Like we know that Caribou, he's probably one of the few people who know about Shirahoshi being the Poseidon, right? And it's like, so Caribou has to come into the story with some type of importance at this point. I'm just convinced. Like he has to. Cause why is he still around? Is he just kind of a gag character that Oda likes to keep around just to have a gag character? Kind of like Caesar for a while, but you know, even Caesar played a part, right? So I don't know, man. Caribou, you know, I feel as though Caribou might have more of a part to play somewhere. I just don't know what it is. And 3-day trip said, "LOL, I forgot about that part." And then Parvision said, "This dude knows exactly what the fuck I'm saying. Incredible." Yeah, but hey, man, you know, I feel as though sometimes you just see patterns, right? When you just look at the story, you see patterns, and it's kind of like it has to be something to it. You know, it has to be something to it. Hey, I kind of want to see what happened if Caribou runs into Green Bull. You know what I'm saying? How would that happen, right? Like, could their devil fruit like work in conjunction? Like, I feel as though as a duo, because I think some devil fruits they could work well together, right? Like, if you got 2 characters with certain devil fruits and they like work as a team, that's kind of one thing I'm a little disappointed with Oda for. I feel as though you never really see like different devil fruit users with like different. I'm not saying it's never happened, but you don't see it much. You don't see like 2 devil fruits with devil fruits that complement each other, that they work off each other, right? Like they bounce off each other in the fight. Because I feel as though Caribou and Green Bull, they could be deadly. You got mud in plants. That could be dangerous. It could be dangerous. Rabbit Head says Caribou a double layered eye and he's mysterious. He's like Buggy, but also like Shanks and Mihawk. Yeah, he is a bit mysterious, right? And like Oda, he introduces characters all the time, but like when he's keeping the character around, it's like there has to be some reason to that. You know what I'm saying? Caribou, like Caribou from introduction was never really like that important to decide to keep around. Like he didn't bring anything at that point to keep around, but he was there. He was there in learning the secret of Shirahoshi, you know, and he's still around. He's still around. You know, like maybe him knowing that secret has to play into to something. You know, I don't know what. Does he get caught by the world government and spill the beans? Like what? You know, does somebody important, does Blackbeard catch him and he tells Blackbeard this information in order to stay alive? Something has to happen, bro. Like 3 Days says he is so sneaky, lurking around, listening on conversations. Really, what is he doing? Hey, I'm with you. I don't know. I don't know. But Oda has some plan for him. Like I believe that Oda has a plan for him. I just don't know. I couldn't tell you. Another character I have like zero idea of his purpose, but I believe Oda has some big plan for him is Weevil. You know, like, what's Weevil's purpose? He was just kind of introduced, and it's like, hey, I'm Whitebeard's son. And then it's like, we don't get nothing from him up to now. Like, you know, we're going into the final quarter of One Piece, and we still have nothing on Weevil, you know? Like, there's some characters you could kind of see, like, okay, I could speculate his purpose, but him, like Otama, for example, we knew that her purpose was going to be to kind of turn some of the Beast Pirates against, you know, turn them over to the Alliance. You know what I'm saying? Parvision said, "Nah, bro. A lot of people don't see the patterns like you." Yeah, man. I definitely try to look, man. Like, you know, I feel as though, you know, One Piece tells you some of its secrets without actually telling you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it actually, you know, gives you a little foreshadowing in some aspect. You just gotta like pay attention to some of the stuff. 3 Day says, 3 Day says, Rabbit Head, they all have too many secrets. Yeah, there's a lot of secrets. There's a lot of secrets in One Piece. Parvision says, I have big ideas. Oh, not about Weevil, except that Weevil is 100% Whitebeard's son. I think it's possible he is. I do. Like, I don't, you know, I just don't know his purpose, right? I just don't get his purpose, you know? Like, maybe he's going to be the 10th Titanic captain in Blackbeard's crew. Why do I think that? I believe that we talked about Blackbeard possibly having Rox D. Zebek within him, right? I think I think Weevil's mom, right? Like, she knew Whitebeard, but it's like, when did she meet Whitebeard? Did she meet Whitebeard on the rocks? Because I don't think she was ever part of Whitebeard's crew. So I think she probably met Whitebeard when he was part of Rock's crew. So she probably knows Rox. She probably knows Rox, and if that's the case, if Blackbeard is indeed Rox, like, if he does have Rock's soul within him, and Rox also knew the old lady, maybe that would give Blackbeard the ability to be able to manipulate Weevil, right? Like, through his mom. Like, maybe he could convince Weevil's mom, I forget her name, maybe he could convince her, like, hey, y'all, like, you need to get, like, you and him need to join my crew. You know, I could use your son. And it'll be like Rox talking through Blackbeard. And, you know, she probably is loyal to Rox. Like, maybe she was loyal to Rox when he was alive. So when he comes back, you know, that loyalty is probably still there. So she probably, okay. And then Weevil becomes the 10th Titanic captain. You know, that's probably one of the only things I could really think of for Weevil. Either that, or maybe Buggy gets a hold of Weevil and manipulates Weevil. Maybe Weevil, like, stop wanting to listen to his mom because he feels though she's steering him the wrong way. And so Buggy gets a hold of him. And now Buggy is like, he got somebody like Weevil on his crew. So now it's like Buggy. This is part of Weevil. This is part of Buggy's, like, going up in the game. Rabbit Head says, I just searched it up. Caribou is a North American reindeer. Is that pointing to Chopper, his devil fruit? Is Caribou a human fruit user? I mean, I don't know if that's the case of him being a Hito. I don't think everybody should be getting Hito nomies, because then it just kind of dilutes the mystery behind Hito. So I think he is definitely mud, but I mean, he could, if he's a Hito, he could be the forest god, I guess. Like, if all the different gods, the forest god, the rain god, the sun god, if they're all Hito nomi users, and Caribou is indeed a forest god or something, or rain god, I don't know what you would call his thing, then he could be a Hito possibly, but I think he's mud. 3 Days says, oh no, not Weevil, not that. You don't like talking about Weevil. You don't like Weevil. They says Miss Bakken, Weevil's mom. Okay, Bakken. Yeah, Bakken. Yeah, I done forgot. I forgot her name. But yeah, y'all. We did a double feature today, guys. As far as the eyes, I think they can be a source of possession, and it doesn't necessarily have to be like you being the person being possessed. With if you got those eyes, I don't know if it means that you're the person possessed. You could be also the person doing the possessing, right? Like we know Eam has those eyes, and a lot of people speculate that he possesses Cavendish. So if he's doing the possession, maybe having those eyes mean you can possess as well, right? Unless you have to have the red eyes to do possession, and then the yellow eyes mean you're possessed. So in that case, then yeah, maybe Mihawk is possessed by what? I don't know. Maybe Yoro, right? Maybe a sword. You know, playing into Mihawk being a sword. Yeah. Parvision says Bluff God just needs to do a binge stream through the entire channel. Hey, if you're ever down, right? Like I said, I did a hockey understanding hockey revisited with Elids, right? Because Elids, he was trying to revise his understanding hockey theory series that he did, and he has a series of them. So and we pretty much did like a weekly thing where we each were. And he chose all the videos. Like I didn't even choose the videos. He chose the videos he wanted us to watch each time. He was even in charge of us watching it, right? So if you ever want to go back and look at some of your old theories, like if you want to like cause that's something like we both did together, like, you know, cause he wanted my input on those videos, cause he was going back to react to them. So we both reacted together watching those videos. So if you ever want to like do something like that with some videos of yours, like we do like a weekly type series, it could be a co-stream if you want. You know, I'm not against that. If you don't want to stream, I could host it or whatever. It's whatever. You know, we could go back and watch, like, say if it's like a bunch of videos you want to go back and maybe revise or something. You know what I'm saying? We could do that if you're interested. You know, that's up to you. You just let me know anytime. You know, I'm always down to do something like that. But yeah, I'll definitely continue, like, you know, doing more streams of your videos though. You know what I'm saying? I like your videos. You know, like you're one of the one of the One Piece YouTube content creators that I definitely do enjoy your take, and I even agree with some of your stuff. They kind of intersect with what I do. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's just a recommendation if you ever want to do something like that. You know, I'm not trying to put you on the spot to give me an answer right now. No, like don't think I'm trying to do that. You know, you don't gotta agree to it or anything. It's just like one of them things that, you know, it could help you, maybe not. I don't know. And you said we can figure something out. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, you could choose. You could choose all the videos, right? Every, you know, you could do like a 3. It could be like a 3 video series or a 4 video series, and then like each week for 4 weeks we like talk about a video. Maybe you want to go back and revise some of your theories, you know. But yeah. You know, I like this video though, right? Like I like the idea of those eyes being used to possess, because I think there is something to it, right? I think there is a curse to them eyes. I think Mihawk, when Luffy seen the future of his arms getting cut off by Mihawk, I think that might have been something Mihawk did to Luffy. Like maybe he possessed his mind and gave him that vision. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So, but we'll find out more about them eyes, if there's anything special to them, or if they're just aesthetic. They're just for aesthetics. I personally believe that there's something more to them, but that's just me. Anyway, y'all, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you guys hit that like button. It helps with the streams. If you're new to the channel, I'll appreciate, maybe go back to some of my old streams, like them, like some of my older streams, just so people, those will get put out a lot more, and then it helps with the algorithm. So that'll be appreciated. Also, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and hit that bell for notifications for when I go live. And Parvision said, I like that. Hey, just a suggestion, it's not some, and any other YouTubers, especially a lot of YouTubers that I communicate a lot with. If you guys ever interested in doing some type of collab like that, y'all let me know. I definitely might want to do it, like get some type of interview or something though with Parvision sometime in the future. But yeah, you guys, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. Also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, so you stay updated what I'm doing. If you're looking for a One Piece community, we have the Discord and we have the Facebook group. The Discord is the best place to it's the place I probably interact and engage in the most outside of YouTube. And it's the best place to send me videos if you want me to react to. Like if you got somebody, hey, I welcome some new YouTubers, because I would like to maybe react to some new One Piece YouTubers that I've never react to. That'd be nice. Some up and coming ones or whatever. But yeah, 3 Days said this was fun. Thanks. See you next time. Hey, appreciate that 3-day trip, and appreciate you guys being here. Shout out to Parvision, most definitely. This Sunday, I want to say this because this is important. This Sunday, I will be doing a One Piece trivia for Wino specifically. Like most of the questions will be Wino specific. I might throw in some non-Wino there just to kind of shake it up a little bit. But yeah, it's going to mostly be Wino specific. We'll be doing another trivia. If you're interested in partaking in this trivia, join the Discord, because I'm gonna be choosing all the competitors. I'm gonna be choosing all the competitors on the Discord, and I will be actually running the trivia as far as bringing the guests on through the Discord. All right, so if you guys want to be part of the Discord, or if you guys want to be part of the trivia, and there will be a prize. It'd probably be like a little gift card or something. Maybe an Amazon gift card. I might do two prizes. There might be a first place and a second place prize. So yeah, make sure you guys are a part of that stream. All right. So anyway, it's your boy Sean Peter. Oh yeah, and make sure you guys go to Parvision's channel and go show him some love. The link to this video that we reacted to, the first video at least we reacted to, will be in the description box. And yeah, it's your boy Sean Peter Bluff Guy. I'm out of here. Y'all have a good week, or a good rest of your day. Y'all have a good Saturday. I will not be streaming Saturday. See you guys Sunday for the trivia contest. I'm out of here.